Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome back to my channel Leela Web Dev. In this video, what we are trying to do it is, so let's try to complete the service worker thing. In our previous video, we have learned about what is a service worker. Now let's try to implement the life cycle of that one. Now let's look at our service worker.js file. So let's say that we will be writing something like code. Add event listener I have told you, right? So let's in the same scenario. So first of all, we will be having global this. So here global this is nothing but the self dot add event listener, and the first life cycle which I want to explain is the install. Install is the first life cycle, and here you will be able to get an event that is nothing but event. Here you can do something like console.log service worker is installed. So this is the method which we can write it. Now let's go here and let's try to run this code, and we'll try to see the life cycle of this one. Now if you try to see this output for this one, the first life cycle we are looking at is the install. The browser finds this event whenever a service worker has been installed. Now conceptually, normally what will happen is, so when you try to run this one, let's try to run this one here. I will keep it, yeah, in the console. If you see here, and if I try to refresh this page, here in the application, in the service worker, I will keep to have update on reload, and here whenever we are here, if I try to do it cache, and we are not able to get it. So let's try to see. So normally when we are running this one, so first it will try to register this service worker, okay, and here in the todo.js file we have registered it, okay. And if you see here the output, let's go and see the output for this one. Let's see, all the times it will not do. So here this is the problem. Service worker, once it has been installed, means here if I go to the inspect element for this one, and if I go to the console, so here you will be able to see service worker has been installed. So next time if I try to do it, so here you will be able to see service worker is installed. You see here the same thing. So that is what you are able to see. So now here it is telling that service worker was updated because update on reload was checked. Why? Because so here normally when the service worker is installed, so now it will be activated and it will be in the running state only. So whenever you are trying to refresh, the install will not be executed all the time. Now what is this? Why is this install important? Let's try to see about this install thing. Let's go to our service worker. So the install event is commonly used for the initial setup normally. For example, in a caching application, we might eventually do something like open the cache. So here we can open the cache, and also we can do cache application files, something like that. So we can able to do like this. So now for now, just we are trying to do only the logging. We are intentionally keeping this first service worker as simple as possible. Now the next one is the activate event. After installation, we have another life cycle stage, that is nothing but activate. So here I can go to the global this dot add global this dot add event listener of activate, and here I can have an event, and in this event I can do console.log service worker activated. That's it. So this is the message which I want to do it. This is the activate. So our life cycle something like first it will be registered, then the install, and then this activate will be filed. The activation phase is normally commonly used for cleanup and taking control of the application. For example, let's say that you are having a task safe in v1 and your new service worker is using task safe in v2, means during activation phase, so you can clean up the old cache and you can do this one. For right now we are not implementing that one yet. We will come to it when we start moving the caching logic into the service worker. Now if you try to see the output for this one, so now here if I try to do the output for this one, so let's try to check the output for this one. See, here you will be able to see service worker is installed and also service worker is activated. You are able to see. Now the last one which we are going into the most exciting part, that is nothing but fetch thing. So we also have another method which is the fetch event listener. So here you can have global this dot add event listener of fetch. of event, and here I can write console.log fetch intercepted, and here I can write event.request. That's it. So now this is also another one. This is the fetch event. Actually, the browser can dispatch this event to the service worker when the controlled page makes network request. Here I am trying to say about the controlled page. So that means whenever the service worker takes control of the page, then it is called as a controlled page. For example, let's say that when you are calling the JSON placeholder tip that to-dos 3 API request, the service worker can observe the request. Conceptually, what will happen is whenever your application trying to make a request to the network, the service worker, the fetch event automatically it will fire and it will try to do event.request. So let's try to see the thing. Here, if I go here into this one, so here you will be able to see the fetch intercepted, these things, right? Now if I click on this get value, you are able to see that fetch intercepted is there. So it is calling the to-do/1. And if I try to click on the delete cache, so it will not happen. So here whenever I am trying to get the fetch request, so you are able to see the fetch request. Now here I have told you this intercept, right? What does this intercept mean? Service worker can intercept the network request actually. What does that actually mean? It means that service worker gets an opportunity to handle that request. Whenever your network is trying to make a request, so the service worker can get an opportunity to handle that request. For example, let's say that when your page is calling the get request like /to-do/3, the service worker will try to this fetch event will be fired, and it will check whether it is in the cache or network, and it will try to do the custom response. The service worker can make a decision. For example, if it is in the cache means yes, it will return the cache message. No means it will fetch from the network, store in the cache and return the response. That is what it will try to do. So now this one is the very important one. So now we are not only logging the request, we are not actually telling the browser use this response. So here we haven't called event.respond with. So we also have another thing method called as event.respond with. Normally our current service worker is essentially observing the fetch network. If it is implementing our cache first strategy, the distinction is very important. So in the next video, what I will try to do is I will try to use the event.respond with. So what is this event.respond with? So just I will try to tell you about the concept only. In the next video, we will try to learn about this one. Normally the browser handles the fetch request, but the service worker can say that I will provide a response for this request. So then what I want to do, I need to do the event.respond with. So then instead of the fetch making the request, the service worker will try to do and give the own custom response. So that is what is the thing. So now let's step back and understand the life cycle. So when we register normally to-do.js file here, service worker in the register, the browser manages the service worker life cycle. At a high level, what it will try to have, first the register will fire, and when the registered, the installation will fire. So the install event will be fired, then it will be in the waiting state, then afterwards the activate will be fired, then it will be in the running state, then it is ready to handle the events. So like it will try to listen to the events like fetch and all those things. The exact life cycle has more details including waiting and control of clients, but for our current level, remember these three importance: install, activate and fetch. So first of all, let's imagine that when we first open our application for the first time, our page loads the index.html or to-do.html, whatever it may be. Then to-do.js executes the service worker.register file. Then the browser starts installing the service worker. Our service worker executes first install. So we can see that service worker is installed. So here you will be able to see, right? Service worker is installed. So now when we try to make a request, now the application makes a request, fetch of request. The browser can dispatch the fetch event to the service worker when the page is controlled by that service worker actually. So that's why the add event listener of fetch is executed. So that is what about this one. So there is something that can confuse people when they first learn the service worker. You must register the service worker in a page, but that doesn't necessarily mean the current page is immediately controlled by the newly installed worker. That there is a life cycle involved. A newly installed service worker may need to finish installation and also the activation before it controls the relevant page. So that's why when you are learning service workers, you may sometimes see behavior that appears delayed until you reload the page, open the page again, something like that. That isn't a bug. It is a part of the server worker life cycle. So that's it guys about this one all. So hope you understood about this concept about the service worker life cycle hooks. So we'll try to see in the next video. We'll try to move all the cache logic into the what I mean to say into our service workers. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. That's it, guys.